explain it, but I love analyzing for these top teams matches because you look at the judging. I don't know why Van Gogh paintings are beautiful. They just are. Much like this draft.
All right, well, thank you very much. Let's find out how this first game is going to get played out. We're heading over to Odie Pixel and Fog.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yeah, it should be a fun one. Secret versus Viking here in the upper division of EU. Fogged, well, we heard the panel sort of gush over the drafts here, especially Secrets. Would you agree, or do you think we might see Viking really give Secret a good fight here today?
Yes. The amount of references that Kyle just made in one panel, I'm lost of even what to look at these drafts right now because I'm just listening to sports and then he's talking about, I don't know, just paintings and something. I'm like, crazy. Look at Viking and it looks like the draft that they like, right? It looks like they got kind of what they wanted, but yeah. I like what Secret has up against it. Elusive cores, the PL and the Storm Spirit around kind of limited disable. I feel like that's why they went for the Underlord to try to round things together a little bit there, but I feel like they're going to be able to play around a lot around these disables pretty well. And I think this Earthshaker, I'm wondering to see what Yapster is going to do. He's been playing it a ton in pubs, but just like that last game that we did witness, I expect him to do a lot of those rotations around top and mid whenever he sees opportunity.
Yeah, and I feel like we're really, you know, Shaker sort of definitely beginning to get favored a lot more than it was. Is this hero, what teams are just sort of getting onto the fact that this hero is actually pretty darn good right now?
I think he's on the rise for sure. Yeah. I think people are seeing that you can now, well, I'm saying now, but you can pick non-traditional offlaners and make them work, and especially with Shaker, he makes non-traditional shine so much more. He's gonna fissure block the offlane, you're gonna get a good start, and the shard. You have to mention the shard. Of course, changes the hero dynamic entirely. Walk up cliffs, you always have a stun follow-up no matter what, even if you don't have your blink up. It's really nice.
Let's see what sort of shenanigans Yapso can get up to early to secure that sort of preferential lane position and setup and make things a little easier for Zai up on the top lane.
I'm going to be watching mid quite a bit because I've seen these Storm Spirits. The better the player is, the more dominant the matchup is versus the Batriders a lot of the times, and it's really just up to the Bat to just completely outplay the Storm. So I want to maybe even see like an Aramis TP if they get a good positioning for the Flame Break knockback or something like that, even pre 4 minutes or maybe setting up around the rune. I definitely want to see this Earth Spirit put attention onto Nisha to give Boom an advantage.
Yeah, we'll see how active indeed Aramis is going to be. I mean, and as you say, he's going to sort of have the space to make a lot of those movements. You look at the bottom lane. Is this a lane where Underlord, you know, Toby's going to be fine left on his own?
There's no stuns that Toby really has to be careful. So if there is a concern, if the position is on, he just TP to his tower, right? So I feel like he has a little bit more liberty to move. It's a hard lane for them no matter what. They can't actually put pressure at all. And I mean, and Puppy's actually just ruining Aramis right now.
He is. Aramis he's going to have to pop a salve or something. As Puppy completely zoning him out. He's going to have another orb in a second. I wonder if he goes for it at the same time. Top. Celery also taking quite a bit of harassment here from Yapsot and Zai. And indeed, yeah, Aramis is just going to have to pop that salve himself to land to stay in the lane.
And he wants to be able to pull, like pull the lane once on this Earth Spirit, right? To get Toby a decent start and then be able to maybe look to move around, but Puppy not allowing that to happen. Yeah, it's going to be a tough lane for these two. Underlord's going to get some last hits, but PL's going to free. Moves ours, yeah, top, this Earthshaker Death Prophet lane is actually not that bad. The Troll's going to farm, but they can probably get some kills if there is just some messed up positioning, especially from Celery.
Obviously in the mid. At the moment, just a little bit of... okay, so he's got the 3 creeps here, yeah. Pretty much even between Nisha and Boom right now in the 1v1.
And now the TP. Aramis is coming already.
I mean, Nisha stepped up pretty far.
I like this move. I think this is exactly what he needs to do to set up for success.
Yeah, Poppy's going to come across. See if he can do anything to help out, but with the stacks and napalm onto Nisha, there's no hope. As first blood goes the way of Boom, Aramis is going to look for the neutral denied. He's able to do it. Excellent stuff here from Aramis.
Yes, I just did that.
Perfect. Exactly what I wanted to see him do. Excellent movement as soon as he sees the opportunity when he hits level 2. Nisha, I think now he's going to be probably thinking about that more so when he does step up on the high ground. 2 sticky stacks.
Definitely going to have to respect sort of the response here from Aramis a little bit better. We'll see where he heads out to now. He's back on the map. Looks like, yeah, just take the move down to bottom. 30 seconds until he's going to be able to help out again mid, so Boom probably will keep himself to himself a little bit, so that there's not an opportunity for Secret themselves to make a move, but he knows where Yapzor is. Yapzor, top remaining here, continuing to try and set up onto Celery, and with the Siphon damage, they'll be able to take him down. So this lane, as you said, that's going to have its potency, especially against Celery, starting to now get those kills.
Picked by Yapzor too. The Fissure, that he actually steps right in front of him so that this Oracle can't go down that sneaky tree line. Stuff up there, and now he's level 3, so even stronger potency coming from the Earthshaker with the stunning. And now again, look, mid. Nisha stepped up far.
He stepped up. It's an instant TP from not just one, but the two of them. They're going to bring Celery over as well. Make sure they have that further control with the root. As Nisha getting well and truly prioritized here by Viking in the mid. Boom's still got the stick charge, so he's not even going to go down to the tower. And there's also a regen rune for him waiting down bottom. Could not be any better for Boom. And yeah, I mean, Viking, they're playing this mid lane to perfection, right? This is exactly what they've got to do. They're making the most of hitting Nisha before he hits that 6.
Absolutely, yeah. It's super crisp moves, and Yapzor is not really able to help it. Like, he made the play top, but it was too quick to happen mid because the Oracle respawned and just keeps set up with that Earthspur. Naturally moved away toward top. Absolutely beautiful stuff from Viking. Still not have a gold lead at the start here, but a good start to enable Boom to be ahead of Nisha, which we wouldn't usually.
Down bottom, Poppy, he's going to have to use the ult to get out of this. As soon as he tries to get aggressive onto Toby, Aramis instantly in and on top of the puck. See the 5-minute runes coming up. Looks like it will just be the trade 2 for 2 for them here.
No invasion play. Boom can't push the lane in hard enough. He doesn't have his Firefly up, so he can't check and steal Nisha gonna stack and maximize in the meantime. Nisha's still not having a bottle though, so he's actually having to hold the rune there for the moment, so he does get it delivered.
Yeah, so for sort of all the time that Yapzor has spent up here, do you imagine, like, is he himself going to look towards the mid to try and help Nisha out, or with the way that mid's gone, is it sort of too late to look for that opportunities?
He should be okay here. Yeah, he should be able to walk away. I think around level 6. When Storm hits 6, you can make the plays a lot easier. Just because he got set up on twice now, he can't make it. Sometimes you can, as an Earthshaker with the Storm versus anybody, because you get the early... Just wait till Nisha gets sick. He has to get keeper. He will finish it right now. Stack to work through. They will double check the runes on Viking anyway. Make sure that they can get this for Boom. Not that Nisha get a power rune. And it will be an arcane rune bottom. So one of the best ones for both of these mid laners. Top Shad. He's been left alone since they are double checking the runes with the supports. He's actually getting pressured here, Zai.
Boom's going to come over with the TP. Can he do anything to keep them off Shad? He can't. Siphon out, and they'll get the kill. See if they can take down Zai in return. Zai's going to go immediately for the TP out. There's nothing else to put it to a stop. So a great move and escape from Zai, and also pretty big having...
He's actually same net worth as the Bat. He's going to be a nuisance. He's going to be a problem with their slightly limited disables.
See Sham returns to top lane, but already you see Secret there immediately sending full backup up at the 3 of them. Poppy, Yapzor, and Zai. Yeah, they could look to...
He's got Exorcism, and he's tanky.
So, you know, really put pressure on
Shad right away.
Trying to push Celery off to the side. Yapzor with the body blocks, allowing Zai to close the gap. And Celery, he's got the stick charges, but yeah, with that earned damage and a final Crypt Swarm, Zai gets the kill. And really breaking down this top lane of Viking and sort of buttering it up into a position where Zai's going to be able to put the pressure onto this tower and threaten this tier 1 very early.
Shad has to leave the lane. They have to just ditch this tower, I feel like, unless they bring probably 4 or 5 heroes up here, even the Underlord. I don't know if they can defend. They're going to send the Earthspur, so that says to me they're going to try to defend it.
So it's definitely going to be tricky with the Ghost out. We'll see how much Viking can do to sort of get Zai off this tower. And yeah, Aramis already just starting to roll away. Didn't manage to pull the creep wave out of this, but Zai, with the earn charges, he's sort of happy to tank a bit here, just get as much damage as he can done with that Exorcism, forcing out the fortification.
So not a full defense, just a pseudo one where, like you said, pulls the wave. Batrider's just going to finish his bots in the mid lane, and Underlord's finishing his items down bottom. Rather than committing fully, they're just going to slow down.
Here I am.
Pretty significantly,
Radiant's
too.
middle
Not able to
tower is
finish it
under
off,
attack.
and now Shad can make his way there. So decent hold, just an Earth Spirit kick. Slow it down, right now.
I'll see from the mid, Stellar and Boom. Smoking up Boom now with the bots. And of course, Lasso ready to go.
And now there is no Exorcism, and the support's not quite, of course, not at level 6 on the side of Secret, so this could be a nice move if he's able to find somebody, but he shows himself mid.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, can you sort of expect with Vikings heroes, you know, now that they do have Boom with the box, once he's sort of refueled and ready to go, can they start running at this PL? Like, is that sort of the plan, or if you're Viking, are you trying to just shut down the other heroes enough to get to a point where you're going to be bringing a team fight and Secret supporting cast isn't strong enough to enable the PL at the timing that Vikings going to try and bring the fight to them?
It's just a bit scary, to be honest, because
Radiant's
when I look at the
bottom
drafts,
tower
I
is
see
under attack.
decent initiation on the side of Viking, of course, with the Bat and Earth Spirit, but I see phenomenal counter initiation from the Secret. So I feel like they just have to be careful where they do make the move. But Matu is way too hard to go for it. Unless he
Dire's
massively
top tower
misplays,
is under
they
attack.
won't be able to find his PL. They look like they're letting the top tower continue to get pressured here. And once the levels do kick off, though, the two supports on Secret, they're going to add a whole new overwhelming amount of team. So I feel like this downtime is...
Dire's top tower
Maybe
is
they don't
under
feel like they
attack.
can fight because of how much they've been shut down on the troll, but I feel like if they wait too long, it's going to be harder for them to fight.
And do you like this on Shad? The build-up with the Falcon Blade?
Dire's top tower has
We've been
fallen.
seeing it on all of these agi cores.
Yeah.
I have yet to see it on a like melee because I
Oh
can't.
wow, dude! He's seen this. He's got Falcon Blade queued straight into Axe.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, that doesn't solve the solution of the PL, which he's supposed to be. A big concern for me.
You don't sound like you're a fan.
Is under attack.
I like the
Radiant's
Ags a lot. I
bottom
just,
tower
he
is
needs to
under
be the
attack.
hero to kill the Phantom Lancer to match the PL. So I feel like him not going Maelstrom or Battle Fury, it's gonna hurt. But maybe he feels like he just.
I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. They've obviously got something in mind with this. It's a bit of a different approach, as you say. You know, absolutely, Aghanim's an incredibly strong item on Troll. But interesting to see Shad get it in this order. As he's got it cubed, we'll see if he does actually build into it straight up off the Falcon Blade and what sort of moves they can make with it. Bottom lane, Yap's up, looking to cut off Toby here with the Fisher. Toby's going to try and get out with the Rift. Yap's up, he's dropping everything here. Toby, he's not going to make it away. They do get the kill. Boom.
Might lose more Boom.
I mean, he's thinking about trying to make a jump in onto Zai. He's got the lasso.
The Siphon.
See if they've got enough damage. Knocking Zai back with the Flame Break. Nuking him down low. They'll get the kill. Now rolling in. They're going to be able to find Yapso as well by the looks of it with the Firefly. Boom's able to burn down a second. So Viking, they may have lost Toby, but actually able to find the favorable trade there, getting both Zai and Yapso in return.
Yes, they saw, I mean, Yapso overcommitted the Echo to make sure that he, or Underlord stays in position, but they see that. That's when they see an opportunity. Boom, waiting in the sidelines. Nice lasso grab. You do see Nisha now pretty much have Orchid done, and he found the item for Storm Spirit. He got the Fairy Trinket. Now he's going to start popping off. And this Orchid is very effective versus all 5 heroes.
I'll see how much of a hold Secret want to do down here. Puppy, he's been caught. Nicely done by Toby there. As soon as the orb was used, Toby's able to catch him on just the edge of the pit. It's enough to allow them to close in and take him out in the river. Nisha, he's going to lead in straight away onto the bat. An Invis rune was found. He pops it, and he's away. He's trapped in by the Fisher, but it doesn't matter. They've got no vision down around this area, as that Invis rune saves Boom's life.
And it shows the Orchid as well, so they get to see the first usage of that. Pick how they're going to continue their pressure, and they're going to go bottom with Shad as well showing up. So they really want to take out this final tower here. Zai, no Exorcism at the ready. Puppy has his coil though, and it looks like they want to fight. Nisha not at the most healthy.
If they could kill Zai before the fight starts, though, this is going to be a great beginning for Viking as they're straight in and they've got him with no difficulty at all. So now it's a question really, if Secret want to still try and commit for this. They've lost the tower, they've lost Zai down here. Do they still want to try and look for a fight?
it's rallied around Toby too, who has a mech, so they're pretty strong if he is there, but Boom just TP's out. Batu, he's got the defusal.
Yeah, straight in with the silence. Onto the back lines, the fast seller, but Selly's actually able to get the pulse on this off in time. Follow-ups there from Nisha. Moves in onto Aramis with the order, takes him out. Dream Coil, locks down both Toby and Chad here off to the side. The illusionist is burning the entirety of Celery's mana. He's got nothing left to pop. He moves in with the lasso. He's found the grab onto Nisha. Has he got enough damage? No, he hasn't. Nisha's out with a ball lightning TP. Nisha will make it away.
Dire are scanning.
Can't believe Secret actually persisted to try to fight into that one after the tower dies and after they lose Zai. Into the mech, just they're still strong on Viking. They got the one support, right? But Celery ended up living because his false promise. Dead even now. Actually, it's slightly gold leading even for Viking after that tower does get taken out. So pretty decent after this laning start here. And we're gonna just see, look, Chad, he's full committed for it. So
yeah,
we're gonna
he's
see
going for
if
it.
the Aghanims does work.
I mean, I've got to imagine, you know, that so you're getting these Ags early. Sure, the dispel is nice, but I mean, there's not really too much you're taking off, right? I mean, I guess it's some sort of slows here and there. But ultimately, I imagine it's because of the reduced cooldown, he's just going to have a lot more damage output, just chucking these axes out left, right, and center in the midst of it all.
And he's reducing the PL's damage completely, right? Those mixed rates, then the diffusal is going to be counteracted a lot too. So I can see why he did go for it, but it's just, is he going to be able to get, he needs to get a farming item after. He needs to get the actual counter to the PL so that he actually does damage. Because right now it's just, he's going to make them miss, and it's not going to kill his team. But is he going to actually be able to kill them? Quite yet. But I mean, they're definitely making it work so far here before it does kick off. He's not getting pressured and they're making good space. I mean, Boom's going to have a BKB at a very good time for this Batrider, which I mentioned they have good counter initiation on Secret, but if there's a BKB, he can break that counter initiation.
They're hunting down bottom, but Toby's senses very nicely done there. As soon as before they even get a glimpse of him, he's already rifting out. So Secret won't be able to put a stop to his escape.
Nisha pushing forward for an arcane. Matu pushing alone right now mid.
Stupendous!
We've got the Yapsaw, big pickup. Blink Dagger is done.
Bounty!
And he's got the actual build. He has the actual build for when you're going for your blink rush. You have the max aftershock rather than max fissure. So big team fight, as we said, for Secret going to be kicking off, and we'll see if Viking has to kind of play around it really nicely. Either have the Batrider with the BKB, or they have to just start the fights from like these weird angles and get this good angle of approach to make sure that they don't just get comboed by all that crazy stuff. Doing a good job of farming though. Even Aramis has his BKB queued up too. They're understanding what they need to get on these frontliners, what they need to get on these initiators, so that they don't get counter initiated.
Secrets. Let's move his house. Matu doing after the diffusal. Nearly having that Yasha on top of the diffusal hood, so this PL still very much going to be quite difficult for Viking to deal with. As we say, though, we'll have to see sort of in practice how much the presence of Shab with the very soon to be completed Aghanims will, how much harder it makes Matu's job in these fights.
Yeah, because I mean, it's going to be, he's going to have to put attention differently in the fights too now, right? Because he's going to have to help his support. This is more of like you're helping your support build, I feel like, for your Troll Warlord, because he's going to have to fight around them to protect them from the illusions now, because he's going to apply all that this rate so that they can actually get their spells off. I'm really curious to see how he does do. He's going full defensive. He even queues up BKB after, so. Just fighting in full, it's a fighting full defensive build. And it could work. Puffy.
Just have to use it there to make sure that they don't continue to chase him down.
Quiet game though. 5-6, 17 minutes. Both teams content with the pace. Both carries content with the farm that they're able to get here on the map.
Sort of a question, in whose minds is this bet? Is this Viking saying, hey, you know what, let's chill, we've got Shab farming, or is it Secret that are feeling more confident with the PL? See the smoke from Viking. Lovely opening there from Aramis. Instantly in with the silence on to Nisha, but they just couldn't quite find the follow-up lockdown. They couldn't catch him in time with the rest of them. They'll get Yaps up. Next step by the looks of it as they go over towards the mid lane. But Nisha actually able to make it away there. I thought they'd have the chain lockdown, but they didn't.
I don't think they initially knew that Yapsor was there. Bloom didn't want to use his BKB, and then he missed the opportunity there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But they'll get the tower out of it, so a nice move, and
Radiant's middle tower
they
has
still have
fallen.
lasso for the next move that they do want to do. All in all, looking pretty decent for the side of Viking.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, this Ags, it's definitely going to cause issue, especially for Storm, right? You know, Nisha's got to be careful that he doesn't get, like, just hit by the whirling axes. He's got to keep himself at a distance, because if he gets hit by that, that's, what, a full 5 seconds where Nisha's damage output is going to be pretty limited, because he's not going to be able to hit anything with the Aftershock proc. Overload proc.
Overload. I was like, wait, I wish Storm had Aftershock.
Ability drop. But you know what I mean? You know, missing attacks for a Storm Spirit is highly infuriating.
I think he's going to be looking... Nisha's probably going to be looking to play on different sides of the team right now, right?
Sure,
Troll's going to be...
completely away
it all
from
depends on
Troll.
how Shad plays in the fight. Because he can
Yeah.
play around defending his supports with it pretty well. Because the Storm and the PL, they're going to go for those supports. So it's really how Shad chooses to take the fights. But definitely could be annoying, absolutely. Celery, he'll walk into the river under a ward.
Aramis trying to come in. It's going to be a buyback for Celery. Viking want to try and take this fight over to the side. Shad pushing away Zai. Zai, he's got the ghost out, but they will respect that buyback from Celery, and they're not going to try and push any further with the exorcism. We're still definitely content with Matu getting the full top half of the map to himself.
Yeah, they got the BKB from the Batrider, and they used their exorcism, so they just wanted to be careful with the buyback. But immediate smoke, they still do have their lasso. They had this ward watching up top, watching the PL's movement, so they're trying to track Matu. Very hard to find him, though, and they are playing very defensively around him. Shad will find a DD bottom, as his team does swoop over and get some more wards down toward this top side. I think they're setting up, though. They still do have that ward. Puppy did get one down earlier.
Nisha. They're going immediately in there, Aramis. Try and catch him there with the silence, but quite hitting the position with the boulder.
He's respecting that silence a lot. It's causing Nisha some problems. And Aramis is on point so far with this 1, 2, and 6. And we were mentioning how he's building a BKB. He almost has it. This Philosopher's Stone is paying dividends. It's going to be problematic for these. I mean, these two frontliners on Viking are going to be able to go in and not have to worry so much about this coil, this Earthshaker ult, and these fissures like that. It's going to be pretty nice for them to stick on targets. Matu is still getting all the space in the world, though, which is definitely a concern for me. Because, like I said, Shad's not building the items to counter him. He just has the... I mean, I guess you can say the Ags in a way is a little bit, but... no ways to actually kill him.
Still not just quite a few peaceful moments in this game, really. And it's, as I feel, you know, you still sort of believe that for the PL, this is probably preferential when it comes to carry matchups. And I think maybe a bit of this sort of decision to maybe not necessarily push it as much as they would have otherwise for Secret is the fact that, you know, Shad has this Ags. Maybe that is a bit of a deterrent that said, all right, you know what, we're just going to keep farming. You know, we're just going to allow Matu to continue to do what he does. Because with this early Ags pickup on Viking, they have prepared for Secret to be going on them, and Secret at the moment, they're not giving that to Viking.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's also they have dual core versus a kind of single core, right? The Batrider at some point does start to kind of fall behind, even though the hero is still overwhelmingly powerful in the later stages. They will just have a core advantage at some point. And the Death Prophet is always... Death Prophet as a hero scales really hard when you're playing versus this type of a hero like Underlord. You're always going to have a phenomenal target to Spirit Siphon. And Underlord, he's a different kind of monster in these engagements. I mean, I feel like Secret is happy with the way that the game is going, but I don't feel like Viking's too disappointed either. It seems like both sides are very happy with the state of the game.
And we see from
Radiant
Yeah, the intentions of Shad's build. So yeah, once the BKB's done, he will
Dire's
of course
structures are
go
fortified.
back for the Maelstrom into Mione. So he does have that item to fight the PL. Top lane Aramis.
Dire's middle
He's
tower
out with the
is
roll.
under attack.
As Nisha, yeah, he can't chase down. Puppy's going to try and set up with the Dream Coil. Boom. Popping the BKB immediately. See if he can get a catch with this, but Secret a little too speedy to get out of there.
Nisha out of mana though. They gotta back away. Give some respect to it. These BKBs are ticking though. That's twice now he's had to use it without actually finding an opportunity for lasso, so down to 8. Yeah, they're just playing the farm game. Farming items, farming for Secret until they get their next
Dire's top
big, I
tower
guess.
is
I mean,
under
Matu's
attack.
just, queuing up the heart. Content.
And I'll just be interested to see how good of a job Viking are going to be able to do at, you know, finding the real PL when it comes down to the action. Because I do think, you know, this Shad Aghanims is the 60% miss chances, you know, it's going to greatly reduce the damage output of Matu when it comes to him trying to commit. Sure, he's got a few dispels here and there, but the cooldown's so low that it's a lot to play around. He's going to get caught by it multiple times in the fights. If they can keep Shad alive and at the same time find some sort of lockdown onto Matumba Man, the PL's fight is definitely a lot harder to execute than maybe initially hoped here for Secret. Secret with the coil down, two of them. BKB comes out from Aramis and boom, lockdown's there onto Zai. They drag him straight back into the midst of them all. There's no backup from Secret. They have to let Zai go.
Immediate disengage. They have bounty runes in 30 seconds. They're trying to claim the high ground here too, and they'll be able to get it. So hard angle of approach for Secret, but they're looking to go in. Puppy. They've got the vibe back from the Death Prophet.
They really don't want to let this objective go. Nisha, he's got the grab in onto Toby. He should go down into the silence. He's going to try and get what he can out, but Toby will be taken out by Matu's army. Zai with the wraparound setup onto the Celery. They'll be able to pick themselves up a second. There's 2 heroes down. Zai's buyback definitely paying off there. It enables Secret to move into the Roche pit. And with Viking just having 3 heroes alive, they're not going to contest this at all. This will be a Roche for Secret.
Maybe Kyle's in my head right now, but chess is here. That looks like a game of chess right now. Right? They let Zai just die. They let him die. BKBs are used, last rows used, and then they see Viking playing over aggressive. They buy back, take the fight, it's right around Roche. It just was a kind of like perfect play, it seemed like, for Secret, even though they literally just let Zai die at the start of it. Very smart. Smart move from them.
Over here!
And who did get they're actually, okay, they actually give the Aegis to Matu even too. I thought they might just give it to Nisha because I feel like Matu's pretty invulnerable, but now we're probably going to see Matu really pushing the boundaries. He's probably feeling like he's going to get hard, and then they can actually start threatening and starting to make aggressive moves for once on the side of Secret.
True, and I guess he's out of the lineup. He's going to be the one that's, you know, if they want to try and push with the Sages to take objectives, he's going to be the one hitting the towers.
Yeah, and he's just going to be, he's going to be charging. Like, he's playing versus the Oracle, right? So he's going to be charging into the backline.
We see Matu just a few hundred off having the heart, so continued quick item timings here. 26 minutes in, 8-8. Definitely one of the more passive games we've had. And less than a 1k gold difference in it. Very, very close right now. It's just all a question of whether Vikings' approach to this game is going to pay off against a farmed PL. If Shad is just able to carry the game against Massive.
I'm really concerned because it's just him who's really, he gets a nice free career there, as I'm saying, but it's just him to deal with the PL, to deal the damage, and this PL has 3,000 life on top of a hood, and he just feels very unkillable at this point. It doesn't feel like the rest of his team is going to be able to contribute much of anything to actually deal with Matu. It has to be Shad, so we'll see if it all does work. They're smoked, waiting for an opportunity on the high ground. I like Boom's item build here, going for the Shivas as well. I think this is really nice versus the PL to try to find it and just tank up.
I'm over here.
But will it work? Good. We have 27 minutes. We're seeing the new neutral items being picked up. They're farming these camps. Boom.
Are scanning.
It does get spotted by the ward as soon as the smoke does end. Yep, so we'll back away with Nisha.
Back Secret. going to start stepping straight back
Dire's
towards
middle
the
tower
room. Yeah, he's
is under
got to
attack.
get himself out of this area. The rest of Viking already on the retreat.
They could have some very limited vision at the moment. They just have that one ward down in their jungle. Playing kind of with darkness on the map. Still getting themselves in a good posture with this farm. Nisha is getting close to his BKB. He's 1, 2, and 3, but he's unbelievably fun. 300 last
Radiant's
hit.
bottom tower is
They've just been
under attack.
maximizing. It's been a game of really maximizing on both sides. Secret slightly pulling out ahead on this though. And their scaling lineup, it's starting to look pretty scary for Viking. Even though there's barely any lead, it's just, how are you ever going to deal with Matu?
Matu tries to have a bit of a poke at Shad, but back up inbound.
Radiant's bottom
Viking
tower is under attack.
sat straight behind him in the mid.
Whoa,
As,
what I
yeah,
missed?
still very much feels like a game where
Dire's top
the
tower
fact that
is
it
under
is
attack.
this little low on the kills that it has been has mainly just been down to Secret's choice to avoid unnecessary engagements. You know, sure, we've seen them come in at moments, popping the exorcism, and this has just been around looking for objectives. The other fights have been ones
Dire's
that
top
the
tower
Vikings
is under
come out to look for.
Visibility.
As again, Viking with an attempt to make the jump in mid, but they can't quite catch him. Puppy's out.
Standard puppy puck, just being super annoying, just giving a lot of information too, and that happens. Like we mentioned, they don't have much wards on the map,
Dire's
but
top tower
that
is
happening, they get that now. They do have this ward bottom that sees Toby chilling on the sidelines. Toby
Touche. Here I am.
in a world of hurt.
Leaning up the side, but they have got the freeze. Does he ever get the rift off in time? There's a lot of lockdown and further silence here from Puppy as he comes in with the rift. No escape at all here for Toby.
Is under attack.
That ward indeed granting them the setup for free kill. See Viking at least able to reclaim their outpost here at the top half before the 30th minute.
Puppy's making his swing over. He TP'd up top instantly, maybe looking to try to snatch it away, maybe giving his life for it. Let's see.
He's going to be able to get it back
Look
in
at him
time.
go.
They're going to have to fight him.
Matu's guarding him. I don't know if they can fight him with Matu in the area too. They might try, but Matu's covering it completely. And yeah, they're going to deny the outpost for Viking. Heads up moves from Secret as now. They walked right on Chad.
Looking for me.
Well, maybe they didn't expect it to be as alone as he was. I mean, of course, he's still a very hard target to go under that BKB and battle chance to fight through. So Secret not looking to commit on Shad, though. They'll give him the respect and space.
They're just not making any unnecessary jumps when they feel like they might get a kill or something, but it's not necessary. Matu, his Aegis does tick out as Aramis is going on him, but he just quickly disengaged with just a doppel.
Now we're seeing Shad. Shad's nearly got the completed Miona. So whilst Matu is stepping ahead in farm, Shad not too far behind. He does have that item to help him stand against the PL. The problem is that Matu is as farmed as he is. Already 2,800 gold ready to start spending into the butterfly.
Yeah, he's gonna have this full item advantage over the troll at this rate. And troll's items, I mean, his space in his bags is starting to be kind of limited.
And because you got to think, you know, 31 minutes in Shad, he's only won 1 or 2, so he's only been involved in like 3 kills, so very little action. Yep. Was this the intention when he did buy the axe? Like, was the axe brought do you think, to stop Secret from going on him? Or was the axe brought with the intention that the action would happen? Because I would imagine if they knew it was going to be this sort of game, wouldn't he get the Maelstrom earlier because that would have sped up the other items?
That's how I felt about it too, but I mean, they must have felt a different way. They must have felt maybe they were trying to just lead the charge or something and maybe be able to get more aggressive, but I mean, Secret just made this game be so passive the way that they just disengaged all the time. It's tough to say as Puppy, chilling behind a tree.
Ready to block these smokes. They're in onto him, but he's away. He's away with a blink, and Nisha actually zipping in, trying to spook him on the back lines, maybe try and see if he could tease out some BKB charges, but Viking keep their cool. Nobody's going to pop their BKB.
They're going to re-smoke. They're going to re-smoke, and it's an arcane rune on Nisha. So he's...
and a regen.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's the Storm Dream here. Arcane and regen.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
He is good to go.
They're scouting the wards now too to make sure there's no vision. Puppy.
So you get the Dream Core down onto 2, separates them. We've got Nisha trying to go for Celery, but Celery's out with the Glimmer Cape side. Popping the Exorcism. Starting to spam the Lances in onto Boom. Boom gets the lockdown with the lasso. But Boom He's falling low. Zai able to buy time here with the self-kills. Viking remaining the BKBs can actually kill off Zai. No Zai's got the movement. He's able to step out to the side. Zai's going to live. Matthew's starting to move in. Fisher out onto the fall. He has done that. Now Yapso, he's in with the echo onto the three of them. Shad's down. He's dead and gone for 70 seconds. And they're just cleaning them up one by one. They're going to be able to get the team wipe off the back of that secret.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That was, I mean, just dancing from Secret. Nisha
Dire's
dancing in the
middle
back,
tower has fallen.
giving Yapstor a 4-man fissure opportunity,
Dire's
4-man
middle
enchant
tower
totem, and his blink comes
Oh, boy.
up right after the enchant totem. Oh,
I mean,
picture perfect.
It really has felt that the secret, as you see, they've not done anything unnecessary this
Dire's
game.
middle tower has fallen.
They've just played this out, absolutely textbook. And Viking, that they had something in mind. They're trying something a little different with this Ags Rush on the
Dire's
troll,
middle
but
barracks
just
has
unable to do anything with it at all, because Secret just never really made a bad move against them.
No, I mean, the way that they took that fight, for people who want to see like spellcasting and just dancing around a fight at just perfection. It helps that Nisha, of course, had an arcane and a regen to be able to do this, but they just completely ruined Vikings'
See it again.
fight.
I mean, you could the impending doom there where the fish is in. You know it's coming. And then here he is. Yapsor straight into the middle of them all. I mean, that's the power, you know, as you talked about at the start. Big smiles there from Nisha.
Damn.
As the game, you know, suddenly then, you know, the real difference here has been blown wide open. 12k lead for Secret. After what was it, a few minutes ago, yeah, you see on the graph, that lead only just cropping up in numbers, but you could certainly tell that Secret, they knew that was coming. They were just waiting for the prime opportunity to create such a lead, and they've done it. And now they're ready to continue the aggression. Nisha straight in onto Kobe. Shad watching from the side. Does have Dream over the backup. If you ever get the lasso out onto Yapsor, if the Dream calls down, Yapsor does fall. Get something out of this. The space is there for Matu to finish off Roche. Aegis and Cheese is his. Viking continuing to slip further behind.
Yeah, they got 2 full sets of racks. It's an insane gold injection. The support puck of Puppy has a full Aghanim's after all this. They get a Roche too. Everyone finishes up the next item. If we saw the last fight be that difficult for Viking, where they could, I mean, that was also a perfect echo and perfect control from Secret, but now they have to play versus even harder grounds here. Man, that was
Stupendous.
I'm just still like, that last fight was so pretty to watch.
Pick Viking apart perfectly.
Now they're setting up for Shad too. Got everybody running over it. Coil still on cooldown about 15. Yapsor just starting to respawn. God, and the ceremonial robe also coming into play in that last fight too. Didn't really point out that he had it, but just everything on top of each other kicking in.
Absolutely. And the range on that bad boy is pretty big, right? So even with the Fisher, you're likely going to be in range
Dire's
of the debuff
bottom
on the
tower is
heroes.
under
So
attack.
they are going to have that extended stun duration when you're looking
Radiant
for the setup.
are scanning.
Yep. Scan on the right side. Catches Aramis. Scouted very quickly.
Over here now.
Puppy might just foil him in a sec.
Aramis. Gonna pop into BKB. Boom's trying to move in, but instantly they're on it. The Fisher lockdown there. Boom. He's popping the BKB. Has to be false promise. He falls so low. Nisha gonna zip straight over towards the easy kill. Looks to set up on Aramis. They'll get one. Now they turn over towards Toby. Bring him back. Siphoning him down. Toby, but he's still alive. He's trying to escape, but the ghost from Zai finish him off. Chad attempts to move in. He's still holding on to his BKB charge. He has to pop it, as well as the battle charge boom. He's got the grab on Zai with the battle charge. They've got the attacks to take down one. Natu also falling, but he has the Aegis. He's ready for a second round. Backs coming into play from Viking. They want to make sure that they can take down Matu the second time. Into the silence, Nisha trying to help out. Fishing down from Yapsor. Onto Boom, onto Aramis. Boom to fall. Boom also buying back. They're trying to throw everything into these Vikings and turn it around, but Matu, he still prevails, staying alive, turns over towards Shad. bashing him up. Shad is trying to eliminate some of the hits here with the mischarge of the boiling axes, but it isn't enough. Another Fisher from Yapstor. As Shad goes down, they just cannot deal with this PL. It's another death on Aramis. Matthew just going target to target. They've got a root. They've got one more buyback to throw into this from Shad. Matthew's incredibly low, but he's able to step out to the side of the fight. He's away. They're trying to chase. If they get any grab with this, they've had to use all 5 buybacks here, Viking, but Puppy holds them back. The 3 of them coiled into position. As Nisha, he's still watching from the side. No,
They're waiting for a chance.
I mean, are they going to be able to get back in on this if they get another hit?
Dire's
Their
middle
tier 4s are
tower
dying.
has fallen.
The catapults are taking them out. They're looking to catch perhaps on a reset, but no. Viking will be able to get away, but Secret continue their push. And yeah, like you said, PL, the king, just sitting in the midst of the team fight, just hitting everybody, splitting his illusions. Even though there's everyone buying back almost on the side of Viking, still unable to take the fight and only take out. And Bobby. Bobby buying back.
It's certainly looking pretty impossible right now for Viking.
Where's the party?
Yeah, Matu, 25. Yeah, nearly having the completed Abyssal, still just an insane amount of farm here, 38 minutes in. Matu.
And they're ready to still like poke and prod. The Earth Spirit's just respawning. They've almost got everything up ready.
Boom's getting jumped. He's got to put the BKB. He's trying to find a target with the lasso. Zai's able to dodge it himself. He also get the grab onto Yapstor. The Stylus in the pullback. Yapstor's still alive, and he's able to get his first on top of the entire totem. Turns with a Fisher. Jab popping the BKB. He's trying to fight against this, but he can't find the real PR. Matu completely kites him. He's out to the side. They've lost Boom. They've lost Gallery. Nisha's still got mana to play with these Egypts. Back into the cleanup. Yapstor comes with the echo zone. Down onto the children. They're all dead yet again. Triple kill for Nisha. This game is over. As Secret take this first game and in a way where the build-up very gradual.